I just watched Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning at IMAX headquarters advanced screening, and here's my review for the movie. That was absolute insanity! Tom Cruise has done the impossible and outdone himself! No, seriously, my brother and I, as soon as that IMAX screening was done, we looked over at each other and we were like, that was gas! Tom Cruise absolutely cooked with this movie. Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning is one of the best action movies ever made. And it is the peak of Tom Cruise's action career. The biplane stunt is the greatest stunt I have ever witnessed in a movie. The submarine stunt. All of that stuff underwater, which felt very reminiscent to James Cameron's The Abyss, was mind-blowing. I really was speechless during that entire sequence. I could not believe it. The camera work, the way that it was rotating, the water and Tom Cruise in it. How did they do that? One of my minor gripes from Dead Reckoning was I felt like the script was kind of lacking, and that movie was just, they established stunts and kind of worked a narrative around those. With this movie, it all felt cohesive, and because the script was stronger, the stunts hit you even more because more feels at stake. It is a 3-hour cinematic feast for movie fanatics and a love letter to the entire franchise of Mission Impossible. The great quote in this movie is, "Our lives are the sum of our choices." And what I have to say about Tom Cruise's choices is that the sum of his stunt work have all led to this, and it lands. The way they connect everything in the franchise I thought was done so beautifully here. I mean, we see characters from the first movie, we see setups in Mission Impossible 3 and get payoffs here. It was really impressive how they all tied it together while staying true and keeping one of the strong messages at the forefront, which is doing good for those close to us and for those we never meet. That's what I love so much about Ethan Hunt, is that you really feel that he will give it his everything in order not to sacrifice his loved ones or a random stranger in the world. He does it for the good of everyone. He tries to make the impossible possible. And I thought the Entity as a villain here, it feels very relevant to the times where technology has gotten to a point with like deep fakes and false information to cause chaos and distrust in our world, and how we need to be careful, especially with nuclear weapons, and that we do not destroy ourselves and make the human race extinct. And it's not just technology that we can draw comparisons from with the Entity in our real world. Humans behave this way as well. As they mentioned in this movie, the Entity is operating with human behavior, learned human behavior, because it wants to see people divided. It wants us to destroy ourselves. Humans behave the same way, and that's why we have to remember that we are the masters of our own fate, and we have power and significance in choice to do the right thing and always be on the right side, like Ethan Hunt. So keep that in mind. Consider what you are exposing yourself to on the internet. Consider who is pointing the finger at who and making you decide who your enemy is. Maybe the very thing that is pointing the finger at something else and telling you that that's your enemy is your enemy. Mind-blowing stuff, right? Great exposition scenes, amazing fight choreography, out of this world stunt work, Tom Cruise being the GOAT!